Caralho. Imagina a aposta. Que apostar o que a primeira coisa que ele vai falar na live vai ser um palavrão. Ai, puta que paralas. Bom, a novidade do dia foi anunciado Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resized. E a gente vai assistir agora. É um vídeo de 28 minutos. Eu quero ver se tem legendas em português do Brasil. Óbvio que tem. Óbvio que tem. Vou botar aqui nossa telinha. Vambora. Vamos ver essa brincadeira aí. Vamos ver como é que foi essa brincadeira aí. Ô louco.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Bela introdução. Muito boa introdução.
Hey everyone. I have to say it is so good.
Matt Ryan,
to be
ator de Edward Kenway.
Now, I played Edward Kenway more than a decade ago, and you know, he's one of those characters that never really leaves you. Now, over the past months, we know that you've been waiting, or we know that you've heard things. And today, it is finally time to share with you what we've been working on. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games. It's totally rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version of the Anvil engine and enriched with lots of new additions.
É uma nova engine.
Synchronization with Edward's journey and memories. The same story, the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion and realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures. And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will be released on July 9th, 2026.
9 de julho.
Today, guys, you are getting the real
Vai ser
deal.
durante a Copa.
First ever look at gameplay.
Que Copa?
Everything
Aquela
that's been
Copa.
rebuilt, reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah? Let's just jump right in.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. 13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life. Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure. All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
I've seen your face before. Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane, and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands, and bustling historical cities. From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating heart of the pirate republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities and conflicts. The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
Ô louco, mano.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more
Que
perilous than ever
isso,
before.
piranha!
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive.
Ship stopped!
Creating the perfect backdrop for a life on the edge, where freedom is earned and danger is never far away. Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience. While wielding dual swords, pistols, and hidden blades, every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos. Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill, then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns. Use walls, ledges, and breakables to your advantage. Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
Que pariu,
But
velho.
fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves. From free jumps to back ejects and side ejects. These options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch freely as part of your toolkit to approach targets.
Antes não dava pra se agachar, verdade. Só dava pra se agachar nas árvores, nos arbustos.
Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped. In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember.
E agora?
Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly. All these new interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions.
Vocês não estão deixando o jogo mais fácil, não, né?
This wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship.
Jackdaw. You named your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty.
Gralha.
Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before. alternate fire upgrades for every weapon. You now have more power and flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation. You will engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and fort raids. All of these are back and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever. To reinforce your crew, 3 brand new officers make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin, the Padre, and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative questline that reveals their backstory. Gain their trust to recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Ô, louco! Novos personagens, cara.
Explore the Caribbean alongside your crewmates and trusty pet. That's right, you can now find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw. Engage and plunder other vessels. Steer through violent storms, rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun, regaled by shanties new and old.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Hey!
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features and fresh quests and storylines, including ones for the officers you met earlier and, just between you and me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends, Blackbeard and Steed. Defy empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the Black Flag again.
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to reconnect with the heart of Black Flag. From the start, the intention was clear: deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine. Expect fully overhauled visuals, new additions that deepen its world, and enhanced gameplay both on land and at sea. Movement now flows more naturally from one action to the next, whether you're doing parkour across rooftops in Havana or fighting on the docks. Parkour builds on the latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games, while still keeping Edward's classic moves. Combat now offers a more dynamic swashbuckling experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns. Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes and subtle approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more tactical options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the pace and freedom players remember. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care it deserves. This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on how you play and how you explore the world.
Muito bom,
As we
muito
develop
bom.
the game, we organized dedicated workshops
Se
with
bem
our
que a
community.
comunidade estava
These early
dividida
player feedbacks
quanto
played an
a
important
esse
role in
estilo de
refining
jogo,
many
né?
of these elements. Here's
Se
a look
era
at the most
RPG ou
recent
não.
visit.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Eu sou um dos maiores fãs e vocês não me convidaram. Vão tomar no cu de vocês. Vocês só convidaram os que têm mais mídia. Pau no cu de vocês, Ubisoft.
They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game, and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
Só falaram merda, eu já prevejo.
I still can't believe that I can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a
Mentira.
part of that process is just
Que é o
awesome.
protagonista?
It felt nice to be appreciated in that way, to give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism, what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked us more questions about it. So I love the curiosity that they show us, and it shows that they truly care about what they do.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Aí logo tu fez cheque pra poder participar, né, ô palhaço?
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations. Together, we explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. I believe the Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake
Responsável pelas merdas no passado, responsável pelas merdas atualmente.
Now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012? 2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other. And the sea wasn't just an add-on, to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one. We also wanted a world that feels alive, right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Resynced today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest Anvil. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further, while keeping the original vision and story intact.
Yeah, Jean, and you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, in some specific missions. But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here, not just in the game, but in the people making it. One thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And Jean, what was the intention back then, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. We wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind, John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted. And it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
That you men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. By Christ!
And when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Jogo foda.
But actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, and not even noticing where the original end was ending and when the new content that Paul and the team wrote was starting. And this is something really, really important. That continuity is very much essential.
Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves: does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc
Me mata de tristeza saber que você é dos últimos a jogar.
That's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities, and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, more than a decade. It's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, from the scenes that were written, kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems. But we're staying true to its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take on the original legend. And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
John, so the modern day, right, that played a really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
So, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day riffs in Black Flag Resynced will feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought,
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, palm trees, seas, movement. It's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel it's very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that the people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music, especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties. They are connected to the story.
Time ago, everywhere was a long time and a very long time.
So today, we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an
E o
artist
Dave
that's
Pay?
deeply connected to the
Mantiveram essa
Assassin's Creed
música, né?
franchise. And this artist has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Woodkid.
Woodkid. Ah, cool. Yeah,
That's cool.
That's great.
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now and I have great news for you. I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise, this time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration, and these are themes that are very, very important for my work. I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, music is just one of those things that the people remember long after they stop playing. I mean, I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, And this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here. Just working on a game takes me back to 2012, and we all want the game to be the best it can be, and we really hope that you guys will enjoy playing it.
Yeah, so you entered the Animus for real.
That's
back
right.
in 2012, yeah.
I mean, what a great thing, right? To come back to something, more than a decade after,
Uma década
and get
depois,
to
né? E mais de
revisit
3 anos.
and rebuild and reimagine this wonderful world. It's just been such a pleasure for me, and I thank you guys for bringing me back. Before we wrap this up,
Mano, será que eles melhoraram a vida na selva? Tem mais criaturas? Será que a exploração, a caça animal vai ser melhor? Porque antes era uma merda?
We have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome, and inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook with all of Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures. And there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today. And if you guys like it, then you're going to have to get your own, because this one's mine.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You're welcome to take it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Maneiro,
We
maneiro.
can't wait for you to live or
Que
relive
obviamente tu não jamais
thrilling
compraria.
pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag
Jamais é uma
Resynced.
palavra muito
That
forte,
will launch on July 9th,
Hoje em dia, não.
2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
9 de julho, camarada. Ó, tem mais vídeo? Que porra é essa aqui? É o trailer, né?
Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry.
Cara, vou pular, não sei nem se posso ouvir isso. Ah, é aquela... Eu sei que momento é esse do jogo. Pra vocês verem como eu sou fã.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet.
Enfim, é isso, cara. Já temos mais de quase 40 minutos. Maneiro, cara. Finalmente é revelado. Gostei que eles não vai ser um, né? Não vai ser um caralho, RPG, como todo mundo temia. Gostei dessa notícia, porque eu mesmo não queria que fosse RPG. E tem muita coisa aí que eles não deixaram muito claro, né? Que eu perguntei, inclusive. Que, aliás, os tais fãs foram convidados lá pra jogar, pra dar opinião e o caralho a 4. Também não vi eles perguntando ali, né? Então não dá pra saber. Uma das coisas que pode melhorar é, claramente, acho que a quantidade de coisas a se fazer. Pode ter um mercado mais bem elaborado no jogo, né? Pode ter outras coisas pro Edward possuir, não só o Gralha não só o Gralha e também a frota, né, que ele tem. Ele pode ter outras coisas para possuir, bares em outras ilhas, enfim, né? Ilhas. Enfim, acho que seria maneiro, cara. O Edward possuir outras coisas também, além do Gralha e da frota. Dá pra eles elaborarem melhor esse mercado dentro do game, eu acho. As armas, né? Que no... Caralho, bem lembrado. As armas a variedade de armas era muito pouca. E sem falar que eles tinham removido, né? O que era no 3. Que é a opção de pegar qualquer arma no chão. Eu espero que eles tenham... sei lá, cara, que eles tenham, trabalhado nisso também, né? Do Edward poder pegar qualquer arma do chão. Pegar pra ele, no caso, né? Não é só... Não é pegar, usar temporariamente e largar. Não, pegar pra ele e ficar com ele. Nós, jogadores, decidimos quando vamos jogar fora, tá ligado? Que era uma coisa que tinha no 3 e foi removido no 4 e não era necessário. Não, foi burrice os caras terem removido. Eu espero que tenha uma variedade maior de armas também, né? Como eu disse aqui já, né? Porra, tem que ter armas diferentes, cara. Era muito limitado a quantidade de armas que tinha. Enfim, vambora. Vamos pra nossa jogatina. Acho que o joguinho do mouse... Mouse PI for Hire. Deve tá acabando já. Antes disso, calma aí, tá? Rapidinho. Só fazer uma parada aqui e já vuelto. Calma aí, deixa eu ajeitar isso aqui. Agora tá bom. É, melhorou. Melhorou. Já volto. Só ver se tem mais alguma coisa pra ver aqui. É isso, tem muita coisa pra ver não. Não era isso a novidade, não. Teve hoje. Fecha, porra. Ué? Porra. Vambora. Buddy. Bora. Direto pra missão. Será que termina hoje, cara? Nós tem 2 lugares novos pra ir. Vamos mais perto primeiro. Nem questão de pressa, se não acabar hoje, tô tranquilo. A gente acaba amanhã. Não pressa, tem muito jogo pra finalizar, mas não adianta ficar correndo não, porque, né, sou um só. Ah, eu esqueci aqui, cara. Entrar no clima.
They say you either die.
Agora sim.
A stinker, or live long enough to realize you need a shower. I never figured that one out.
Yeah. Ah. Porra, já tô perdido.
Creepy crawly vency mousy. Huh. What are these? One points to another.
Caralho.
Crooked cops. Guess that means I'm heading in the right direction.
Ué, explodiu o barril por quê? Não é possível, pô. Caramba. Não tem desculpa não, de feriado, eu dormi a tarde toda. Pensando que eu faço isso de propósito, não é, mano. Entendi. Falhou? Pera aí, rapidinho. Já volto. Não acredito nisso, velho.
Crooked cops. Guess that means I'm heading in the right direction.
Eu acho que não precisava morrer, mas agora já era. Eu tô pegando no sono toda hora. Por que, cara? Caraca, que bagulho esquisito, mano. Bora, 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 bora.
Crooked cops. Guess that means I'm heading in the right direction. Crooked cops. Guess that means I'm heading in the right direction.
Stop right now!